SoHo Karen strikes a plea deal. Really? Ay, ay, ay. Coming up next. Welcome to Rewind, my new online digital platform. Before we go any further, we're going to do some housekeeping. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. News and views uploaded each and every week. Rewind with Tommy Handsome. Stay to the end and see who gets this week's Stomp Award. Let's get right to it. Miya Ponsetto, aka SoHo Karen, is striking a plea deal that will keep her from spending any time behind bars after committing what the DA deemed a hate crime. Let's take a look to see why she ended up in this position. And let me just warn you, it is graphic.
SoHo Karen admits to being a Karen. 23-year-old Miya Ponsetto has avoided jail time by pleading guilty to a hate crime as part of a plea deal. In December 2020, Ponsetto accused 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. of stealing her phone in the lobby of the Arlo Soho Hotel.
You better go use find my iPhone. Don't do that.
Find my iPhone is on. No, he's not leaving. Show me the proof. Show me the proof.
You better get on.
No, I'm not letting him walk there with my phone.
You better get on.
No, please get my phone back. I cannot not have my phone.
Get your hands off.
Her plea deal allows for the unlawful imprisonment as a hate crime charge to be reduced to a misdemeanor aggravated harassment if she abides by the law for 2 years. Keon Jr.'s father responded on Instagram, quote, "My son and our family deserve more than an apology after being wrongfully and aggressively attacked in the lobby of the Arlo Hotel." For Ms. Ponsetto, to describe the unprovoked assault as a mistake minimizes the trauma that Keon Jr. continues to feel to this day, unquote. SoHo Karen, a California native, later discovered she left her phone in an Uber.
Miya Ponsetto, aka SoHo Karen, is striking a plea deal that will keep her from spending any time behind bars after committing what the DA deemed a hate crime. Ponsetto accepted a deal from prosecutors which will require her to live a law-abiding life for 2 years. She entered a guilty plea and has agreed to continue with therapy and follow the terms of her probation while living in California. Miya's attorney, Paul DeMilla, we are pleased that today's proceedings brought this unfortunate misunderstanding closer to a final resolution. We are appreciative of the district attorney's thoughtful and empathetic approach to finding an acceptable conclusion. If she's able to steer clear of trouble for 2 years, really? Her, SoHo Karen, she will be able to steer clear of trouble for 2 years. Really? Miya? She will be able to withdraw her guilty plea to the felony and replead to aggravated harassment in the second degree, which is only a misdemeanor. Let's take another look.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism how is one girl accusing a guy about a phone a crime?
You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22.
Enough.
Ponsetto was charged with a hate crime after she went viral for attacking then a 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. and she wrongly accused him of stealing her iPhone. Now, after all this that was going on, it turned out that her iPhone was left in the cab. After accusing a black teenager of stealing her phone, which he didn't do it, of course, it turned out that it was in a cab. What was going through your mind when you found out that you was wrong and acting like an ass on camera and then accusing him and then realizing that it was false?
Now, Miya Ponsetto was charged with 4 felonies in connection with the December 26th incident. Those charges include attempted robbery, endangering the welfare of a child, attempted grand larceny, and attempted assault. Despite those 4 charges, she was not ordered to be held on bail, so she went free. She flew back to LA from New York after the court appearance. We saw her walking out of LAX with a drink in her hand. Now, this comes as new video has emerged of her October arrest for a DUI. That footage was obtained by TMZ. First, a DUI, now this. It seems, Thomas, that this is a pattern of behaviour.
The ugly 2020 incident was caught on camera as she went after the teenager in the lobby of the Arlo Hotel in Soho. But that wasn't her first run-in with the law. In California, she also been busted twice, not once, but twice for DUI in 2020 and got arrested for being drunk in public with her mom at another time and remains on probation for that single incident. So I guess being drunk with your mom and acting like an ass, acting like a fool in public, and you know my old saying, when you act a fool in public, you act a fool anywhere. So I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree because your mom is no different than you.
NYPD and the Ventura County Police worked together to issue a warrant for her arrest. And when they found her in LA, she didn't surrender without a fight. Police say, quote, they had to pull her out of the car. They did use physical force. Now, she also tried to slam her car door on the legs of an officer. So after she's charged in New York, she could face resisting arrest charges here in LA. Now, Miya did apologize in an interview with CBS before the arrest, but she still continues to justify her actions.
I know what you're thinking. Just like me, I'm sick and tired of accusing innocent black people of doing things, of committing crimes that they didn't do. After all this was said and done, when the smoke was cleared, you were wrong. Did you ever apologize? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I didn't see that apology, but you did an interview with Gayle King and you acted like an ass during that interview. You are so privileged in your mainstream attitude that you're going to put the hand up to, out of all people, Gayle King? Really? Is something wrong with you? That's the reason why you're in the position and the predicament that you're in now. Because you are so privileged. You got away with things in the past. You got a slap on the wrist and a little probation here and there. And you're getting away with it again and again and again. And that's the problem with these Karens. They are not afraid to go after you. They'll go after anyone. It doesn't matter, it doesn't care, but they always play the victim. This case is not going to happen. You are caught and you are busted and you get this week's Stomp Award. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Maybe she learned her lesson and maybe she won't, but it's not over yet because there's some civil charges, allegedly, that's going to be taking place as well. Ladies, gentlemen, you want an unfiltered analysis of videos like this and future videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. You're watching Rewind.